this. I it's been an emotional week.
Cheers.
So where to begin? Where to begin? Where to begin? I have attempted to film this video multiple times and I don't even know where to begin. But we are going to start basically let's put it in mind last year 2024. Okay, we're gonna go between the month of June and July. So between the month of June and July of last year, I was getting ready to hit the halfway point in my medical career, which is when my school does something called the white coat ceremony. For some schools, that's actually a ceremony that you do before you even start medical school. But for me, this was going to be so meaningful to me because it was the halfway point. I would be done with my basic sciences, and this was the ceremony to basically celebrate that. So around June, July of last year, I was focusing on my finals, and I get a phone call or like messages from my boyfriend telling me that um, he was basically going to come to the island that I was living. I was living in Anguilla at the time, and also he was bringing this really expensive piece of jewelry. Okay, at the time, y'all, he told me that he bought this diamond necklace and it was worth a significant value. And I'm in my head like, why? Like, I had all these questions like, why do you want to do this? Now, we were obviously used to visiting one another. I would come visit him on my breaks. He would come visit me sometimes. And it was a way for him to also explore the Caribbean as well. And we got to basically experience the Caribbean together in some ways, shape, or form. So, yeah. So he tells me that, and so I get ready, right? Like I start cleaning my place because as a student, I hate to say it, my place wasn't always so tidy. So I really wanted deep cleaning done. So I remember talking um to my landlord at the time. Shout out to her if she's watching. But my landlord, she's so cool. We were so cool. And so I just talked to her about, my boo coming and if she could help me out in getting somebody to clean my place. And if you guys remember, I was living in a tiny home, okay? Yeah, I was living in a tiny home. It was this cute place, and yeah, just it had everything that I needed in it, and I would say even more. So I loved living there, and I wanted it to be an amazing environment. And of course, I wanted to make it a little bit more romantic, cozy for him. And I remember him telling me he was going to be there for a period of time too. I remember him saying like he was going to be there for 2 weeks, and then somewhere along the way he's like 3. And yeah, so we were preparing, or I was preparing for him to stay for a longer period of time. Okay. And so yeah, was studying, preparing for finals, exams, and my landlord at the time was also helping me prepare for my visit or my boo to visit. So yeah, there was a lot going on in this time. So I don't exactly remember when Clinton finally landed, but he did land. He did land to Anguilla, and I remember having to. Oh, I remember having to go get him in the nearby island. I believe he landed in the nearby island and then finally landed on Anguilla. So long story short, you guys, for some people traveling internationally to Anguilla, sometimes they have to go through another island called St. Martin, and there were about 30 minutes boat ride away from one another, and usually you'd land on the Dutch side, because those of you who know that St. Martin is 2 islands. Okay, there's a French side and there's a Dutch side, and yeah, most people landed on the Dutch side. So I remember like the day he was coming, and yeah, I just remember just being so excited because yeah, like It was an exciting moment. Here I am about to graduate from the halfway point and being a doctor, and my man is coming. So, yeah, I couldn't wait. I was so excited. So, fast forward to Clinton and I, we've been staying at my tiny home, and we've been touring Anguilla whenever we could, and even St. Martin. And all of a sudden, he comes up with an idea that we should stay at St. Martin for the weekend. This was, I believe, the last week before he was about to leave and go back to the States. So we planned a trip and we stayed. Oh, I think we stayed at two places actually. We stayed at La Vista Resort, and then another place we stayed at was oh, I can't remember the other resort right now, but I remember we stayed at two resorts and one longer than the other. So we were exploring St. Martin because St. Martin is actually a honeymoon destination and actually a place where some people spend like their spring breaks and like do like really important stuff, have family vacations. It's a vacation place, okay? Vacation spot. People, spend a lot of money, and some people come and have humble vacations as well. So it was well known to be a good vibe, if you want to call it a good vibe place, some place to blow off steam. So we wanted to explore because we were only 30 minutes away, and Anguilla is super super expensive. People who come and AKA blow off steam are like really really well off people, or like retired people that got that retirement like money or something. There was always like, I don't know, like rich old people always coming in. That's besides the story. So I remember the, I believe it was like the last few days before we headed back to Anguilla. And I remember Clinton telling me that he wanted to have a luxury picnic. And I remember him talking to an island lady on the phone, and I remember asking him, "What's going on? I hear you talking to somebody. This person is an island girl. I've lived here long enough to know their accents. Who are you talking to?" I mean, that was just the start of arguments that week. And then he finally told me he's planning a luxury picnic, something nice for us at the end of this trip. So I was like, okay, I was a little bit chill. But then, to be honest with you guys, there was also a lot of drama going on in my family. So, to be honest with you guys, not everybody in my family was happy that Clinton and I were dating. Okay. And so, yeah, just to make things short, I was still trying to talk and convince family members, that we really want to, tie the knot, do the big thing, do the honorable thing, right? And of course, the Christian thing by getting married and being responsible and taking on this new step in our relationship. And I think what we were trying to do is trying to get people's opinions, and it wasn't working, particularly with one important family member. Oh my gosh. And so I remember just having multiple conversations. There were multiple arguments, multiple debates. And I remember this was an emotionally tough week. I remember crying a lot this week. Like the week before I got proposed, I cried a lot. Like, and I even cried on Clinton's shoulder a lot. Okay. Like I was not in the right frame of thinking, right frame of mind whatsoever. Yeah. And then on top of it, I wanted to like sneak peekly see what this AKA expensive necklace that my boyfriend was getting me at the time. Um, but yeah, he was not trying to give me no clues. Oh my God. One thing about Clinton is he really does know how to hold a secret. Okay. He will not tell. Like he did not give me like any clues that were really helpful. I remember him trying to give me some clues, he was trying to play me. That's all I had to say. He was trying to play me basically, and he wasn't giving me any like real clues to what kind of necklace this was. He just told me it was a diamond necklace. I knew it was a significant amount. And I remember having this whole like talk to him like, if you would spend this on a necklace for a no reason type of event, like why we could have just used that money to like get married or have an engagement or something. I remember like trying to slide that in the conversation, trying to see where his head was at, but he was like, no, I'm giving this necklace to you because you're graduating, at the halfway point and you worked really hard and I want to reward you. You know how guys talk, y'all. Y'all already know like how guys try to like talk that game to you, trying to make you forget what it is exactly that they're trying to do. At this point in the storytelling, I'm just gonna insert a clip of the video of basically what led before Clinton got on his knees.
It's a little bit hard to look in the side. No, you don't need to touch anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a bit seedy.
We're going by the beach? Oh God. So I'm really walking in sand. Listen, I could have taken the shoes off. Well, I guess it is what it is.
But we're almost there.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I filled sand in my shoes.
You'll be good. I'm here.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Take your time.
The shoes are not gonna look too good.
You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Actually, it doesn't feel so bad to walk in sand. I'm just concerned that my feet will look ashy.
No, they won't. I'll give you cream. I have in my bag. I came prepared.
Okay.
Right. Are you able to stand?
Yeah.
All you need to do is face this way.
Face this way?
That way, yeah.
There you go. Are you good?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
You good? You can
Yeah.
stand? So, the very back,
Can I open my eyes?
Are you okay, honey?
So the lady that you actually hear telling me I should keep walking in the sand, that is an important lady, and I'm actually gonna link the link to her business down below. She is currently located in St. Martin, and she does proposals, event planning, luxury stuff. She is really nice. She's really amazing, and she not only helped Clinton to plan our proposal, but like etc. stuff that I'm gonna talk about later on. So shout out to her, and I'm going to put a link of her business page down below in the description box. So back to the story. As you guys can see, I was in heels, all dressed up, had my hair done. I even had makeup on, like, and here I was in heels walking in sand, right? Because literally I didn't know this luxury picnic was going to be at a beach. How did Clinton leave that out of the details? So here I am in heels that he bought me. Okay, you guys, he bought me those heels. He was like, put those heels on. And before we were leaving, he was like, make sure your hair is done. Like, he made me go get my nails done, everything, you guys. Like, he made me do everything. He was like, we're gonna take pictures, like all of that, get this done, get that done. And that should have been like clues. I should have been taking points. But like I said before, my mind, I was in this like emotional state where nothing was making sense. I was like, I was just everywhere, like in my mind. I was like emotionally not available. I was not thinking whatsoever. So we get out of the car. The car is also actually a friend of the lady who planned the proposal. He's also a taxi driver and aka Uber on the island. And so he has this big nice car, and we get out. And as I'm walking, I'm feeling sand in my feet. And I'm just like, what is going on? Right. And so I'm like, wait, we're walking on sand and I'm wearing heels. So Clinton is just like, yeah, keep coming, keep coming. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all probably hear him in the video saying that. So as we are walking, I'm nervous because I'm also blindfolded. And that was also another thing they had me do. He was like, this is a surprise. I don't want you to see it. I want you to be super surprised when we get there. So I was blindfolded. I was wearing heels. My makeup was starting to melt off. And here we are being photographed and all that too. So this was a lot of stuff going on. So we get there, and of course, I am blindfolded. And as you can see, I didn't even know which direction to be in. Clinton kept telling me to stand this way, stand that way. So, yes, eventually, Clinton gets down on his knees and proposes. And the taxi guy ends up taking the blindfolds off. So this is when I knew, like, I'm looking at my surroundings and I'm just like, what? Like, I am in so much shock, and I start crying. You guys, I bawled. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I bawled. I couldn't believe it, because some of those conversations that we had during this week, it was very hard for the both of us. I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard, it was very painful, and it just makes you feel like the whole world is against like your relationship, although it was only one specific person. Okay, one specific person. So yeah, this is how the proposal went. And I don't exactly remember all the words that Clinton said on that day. However, all I remember is that he was so nervous. Okay. And I'm trying so hard not to get emotional. He was nervous and emotional, and he said a lot of meaningful things that are meaningful to me today and right now. And I look back and I'm just like, wow, God, like, I can't believe it. Like, at some point, actually, before the proposal, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cry. At some point in the proposal, or some point in that week, you guys, I actually thought we were going to break up. So for us to, like, for Jesus to just turn it all around like that, and I was just like so amazed. I was so thankful. I was now a fiance. He had definitely, put the ring on it. So yeah, that was the story to how I got proposed to. And of course, there was lots of drama after that. Okay, like, I just want to say that, and this is where the testimony part starts in the storyline, is that, like, don't expect everybody to be happy for you in your happy moments. Okay, There were moments in my proposal where I thought certain family members, certain friends, acquaintances should have been happy for me, but they were not. And I don't know why I knew that. I knew, like, obviously when things are going well for some people are not going to be happy for you, some people are going to be jealous, some people are going to be envious, some people are going to spread lies and try to like hurt this good thing that's going on in your life. And I learned that in that moment. Like, I learned that behind closed doors. Okay. And this also, like, the whole proposal thing and me waiting to post it later on, um was because I was going through it silently, actually. I was going through a lot of emotions. Here I was, I had graduated at the halfway point in medical school, which was a big goal for me to achieve. It was not easy. I was also engaged and about to prepare to get married. And most people pray for these things, and these are also supposed to be like the most happiest days of a woman's life. Okay. And here I was going through it, crying, um, not celebrating, not being in a celebratory mood. Why? Because I felt like in that moment, the devil was using this person to get to me. Like, I'm telling you, you guys. And it helped me also to enter into a period of prayer that I have never prayed like that before. Okay. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Prior to meeting Clinton and getting engaged, I never prayed about my marriage. So this was, in a way, God basically preparing me for this period that I'm in my life. And so this was the period I started praying for my marriage. I started praying for Clinton and I to be stronger, for Clinton and I to be the man and the women that God wanted us to be, for us to build the foundation, right? And this was the period that started happening. And so I just, sometimes there's a saying in the Bible that what the enemy planned for evil, God planned it for good. And that's exactly what was going on in this period in my life, and led to basically me talking about my proposal and posting about my marriage. Like a whole year later, you're probably thinking this is not even relevant anymore. But I have shared the story actually with a significant amount of women. And I know that this is going to be a blessing, or my story, our story is going to be a blessing for other people who are watching this, because sometimes the greatest, or before you hit your testimony, before God answers your prayer, is also that really tough time. Okay. It's that time that the devil wants to use to break you so that you can give up. And I just want to tell you to dust yourself off and to pray. Okay. Because even though this was supposed to be a happy, joyous moment, I was supposed to be posting about it. Y'all were supposed to see everything. I was supposed to indulge in this moment. As I'm telling you, I couldn't. That's how strong the enemy was. But I want to tell you today that God is so strong. God's love, God's plan for us is so strong. Oh my God. It's so much bigger than what the enemy has planned for you. So keep praying, keep working hard, keep being patient. For those of you who are waiting for marriage in your life, oh my God, is gonna happen when you least believe it. I did not think I was going to get married, you guys. That could be a story time for later on, but I never thought, like, I was never one of those girls who plans out what I'm gonna wear, how my hair is gonna be, my color scheme for my wedding, my engagement. I was never one of those girls. I don't know why. I just didn't think marriage was for me, but here I am, meeting the love of my life and making the biggest commitment in my life. Um, and standing in the presence of God, in the presence of my family, and making vows to love and to spend the rest of my life with the love of my life. So yeah, that is it for this video. I don't know if this was too much. I don't even know if I said everything, but I know I said everything that needed to be said. So on that notice, I will see you guys in the next video.